so I'm finally able to get back with my CEN Colossus monster truck. If you look at it head on, you'll see what the problem is right away. Unfortunately, when I took this out and I did the unboxing and I did we took it out, did some jumps, it was super cold. And even at the time of this filming today, we're in the middle of February right now, and I can certainly say that outside minus 30 Celsius thereabout. So plastic and of course the cold never goes in hand. So instead what we're gonna have to do is do a little bit of maintenance while it's cold outside, make sure all the gear is running for the upcoming season. And I figured one of the things we should do is fix this right away. I finally got the arms in. Now, I did order these arms off eBay. Something simple. I knew it would get here fairly quick. Hopefully I ordered the right ones. Come on. It was a lower control arm. Ugh, still pretty dirty, but not a big deal. Just gonna line up the right piece. It looks like we're gonna be replacing it right there. So it's just the bottom arm that snapped, right? Because we were doing the flips. We were doing the crash landings off of the jumps, and pretty much what I expected when I bash a truck hard like that. Now, let's see here. What do we got? Take out my channel locks for a wheel nut. Just back that off. I could use a big socket if I wanted to. No need though. One thing I noticed right away though is on the rims, a lot of people said they didn't like the chrome rims. Hey, I'll show you. I don't mind them. I've got quite a few different tires, so I don't mind. But one of the things I noticed is when I backed this off, it pulled all the chrome away. Damn it. So obviously it's gonna be chipping off or whatever. Take that off. That was pretty simple. A lot of people are intimidated by changing wheels or having to dig into their RC just to kind of, do regular maintenance, and you have to do it. Even look how dirty this truck is. Normally I never leave my rigs this dirty, but there was an issue, of course, with it being so cold and running it underwater. So I should have taken it into the garage, given it a little bit of air compressor action. Never did though. No problem. Now the other thing I'll need to do is take off this front bumper. I'm looking, looks like it's gonna have to be an underneath job here. Kapow, kapow, maybe those two, and then I can remove the bumper. Now I know some people actually prefer me to do different types of running videos, some where I'm actually running, this kind of thing is necessary though, especially when people are working on their RCs. Right? If you're at home right now and you got some maintenance to do, maybe pull out your rig, flip on an RC adventure, start wrenching. It's good to have a building buddy sometimes. Now, I am assuming that these two bottom bolts will allow me to slide this front bumper off and allow me to access the kingpins. And yes. Okay, so real simple. I'm just going to back out this arm that's snapped and broken. There was the piece that snapped off on the end. It's my own fault. I slammed the truck pretty hard. Make sure that the nice dog bone. Make sure the dog bone's still in the diff cut. Line up that pin properly. Let's take that long pin that I just sprayed with the moose lick. Take off the lock nut that I had on there and just basically replace it. The bearing looks good. It's a brand new truck, so I know everything should be in place. Here we go with the needle nose. There we are. Get in there. Yeah, so cold right now. Unless you're watching this in the summertime, or if you're in Australia. Up in Canada right now. Everything, of course, February for me is a slow month. Hey, everybody's moving slow at this time of the year in my part of the world. Too cold, everyone's hibernating. Here we are. DBXL, I know people are wondering about my Losi, my DBXL, the desert buggy. That's coming up. Again, got to get away from that freezing cold. March, things start to turn for us, which is nice. We'll see some nice weather finally come down the road. Making sure that the suspension mounting pin goes in the third hole. There we are. Now, see if I can keep everything in frame for you guys and still workable for me. Just kind of hand tightening this, not too tight, but tight enough that it's just snug. There we go. Here's the pin that just completely broke out of the truck to begin with. This is the right one. Lock nut behind and just back out that pin. Boom, boom, boom. Again, I could have done it with the drill. I have a drill right here, but I don't want to strip anything. Not when the truck is so new. I could just take my time, line up the dog bone, and there we go. Come on, I can't see because I'm in the camera. Got to get my face in the way, guys. Sorry, I just got to see for a second. There we are. Lining it up. Come on, get in the hole. I love being real on camera. Sometimes things can be frustrating in life, and that includes fixing an RC. Let me get in there again. Just trying to find that right mounting point. There we go. Nice. Nicely done. Patience and execution. Come on. There we go. Right through. And lock washer on the back. Lock nut, pardon me. Just starting the thread. Nope, I totally missed it. That didn't work at all. Let's see here. Come on. This is why I used the needle nose last time. Here, I'll try to push this pin out again a bit. Maybe back it out. I pushed it in too far. There we go. And there. So I start to thread it on the back. Make sure, and then I'll just unthread it. Not from the actual lock nut itself, but just to kind of bring the post back out. So when I tighten it up, I'll grip on with these needle nose. And of course, everything snugs up nice and tight. Sorry, my hand's in the way. There we are. And snug as a bug in a rug. Done. Good enough. Ugh. Okay, so with that in there, check steering. Steering feels good. Suspension moves freely up and down. Not too bad, not too bad. Looks good. Steering knuckle inspection, visual inspection looks good. Might as well give it another shot of Moose Slick here since we're in here. I could use the red needle on the back, but I'm not going to. Just keeping the bearings, since I was in a little bit of snow, keeping the bearings and the dog bones well lubricated helps prevent rust. There we are. Mount up the tire. Make sure it lines up properly. Come on. There we go. And what I mean by lines up properly is that there is a giant hex on the inside. You can see, like that. And now I can put in the bumper. People say the bumper looks kind of toy grade. I guess. Yeah, it looks all right to me though. I don't really think it's supposed to function as an actual bumper though. This kind of truck, the wheels stick out farther than the bumper does. There we go. First thing that it'll be hitting is the wheels. Take those repair screws and by hand, just kind of mount them in there. There we go. Piece of cake. As long as you're patient with your stuff, hey? I know some senior RCists will agree with me. You don't have to be afraid of it. If you're unsure of what you're doing, take a picture. Most people have mobile phones that take photos. Speaking of mobile phones, there's mine right there. After all that, do I need more Loctite on there? I should probably clean it up and put more Loctite, but will I? No. Can I go straight through the tire again? Probably. But there you guys go. You get the general idea of how I would have swapped that out, hey? Get in there. And right there. Something pretty simple. You know, sometimes if some people have a few RCs, like I've got a few around here, and you know, there's nothing more of a bummer than wanting to go out and doing some RCing, but then knowing that you can't because you didn't do your maintenance, hey? Kind of maybe a boring video for you guys today, but a lesson nonetheless, right? Something simple like this that took me, you know, like maybe 20 minutes, a half an hour to do inside will prepare me for the next time. Instead, when my friends call me and say, hey, you want to go out? I'll say, no, I have to fix it first. Not this time. Now I can go and have a good time with them. Guys, if you like the show and you're not subscribed, go ahead, click the subscribe button. It's free. It supports the show. We're coming up on 600 videos soon. So that's a big deal. What am I gonna do for 600? I don't know yet. I haven't even thought about it. I've been being a new dad with my son and doing all that other stuff. Keeping the studio running. We did a new backdrop for the studio, cleaning up around here, getting ready for a whole new season. Hope you guys come and watch. See you guys next time.